Hi, I'm Nasreen Amri, the founder of Carrorism.
And I'm Fonde Bridges, the Carrorist spokesperson.
Welcome to Carrorist Conversations. This is episode 12, and we'll be talking about conscious acts of kindness today.
All right.
Yeah. So let's
get going. Healthy word.
Healthy word of the day.
Wait, what about this notion of conscious acts of kindness? Should we expound on it? Well, I like to talk about it a little bit. Well, what I love about it, you got the healthy word out?
Yeah.
Okay. What I love about it is instead of it being random, you are taking initiative. And so I just like to bring up what that difference is. There are random acts and then there are conscious acts. And I would argue oftentimes the random acts we say we do are very conscious in nature. We know we're doing them in that moment. It just feels random because it's not a part of your consistent positive psychology practice.
Right, or if something really kind happens to you, you're like, wow, that was random. But I would say that it wasn't random. It was definitely designed for you.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you got that healthy word?
I do.
All right.
Oh, heroic.
Heroic.
Which I think is great because definitely when you're doing a conscious act of kindness, it is also a heroic act. Not always, but I think there are times where people are stepping out, especially now during, the pandemic that we're in. People are stepping out of their comfort zone, I would say, and doing heroic acts, which are very consciously kind.
Well, the definition
Mm-hmm.
it's an adjective. Having the characteristics of a hero or heroine, very brave. Yeah. So, yes, a little bravery going about things. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, for example, like a lot of the conscious acts of kindness that are going down right now where people are, getting out there, they're, putting their own lives at risk or, putting on their masks and their gloves, but they're going out and they're like, for example, delivering food to the elderly or more at-risk people. Like that's a very heroic.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Brave
that
acts.
is great to see in our humanity.
Yeah.
I often think that we do more good than we acknowledge or even celebrate or even think about. It's just the shock of the negative things tend to last a little longer, right? You don't always remember every sucker that you have, but that one time where you bit your tongue or burnt your tongue, it stays with you a little bit longer than the 4,000 candies that you receive.
Right.
So.
It's interesting that you say that because I have this like vivid memory of going to Leon's Ice Cream.
Okay.
And ordering like the ice cream cone with like this 3 scoops,
Okay.
and I did like the first lick, and like they all fell over. I still have it so strongly in my being, it's like, and it's true for us humans, like traumatic events or unpleasant events really do stick with us, and that's why we tend to think about or focus on negative things more than we celebrate the kindness that's happening and the kind things that we do. And that's why with the positive psychology practice, we can really highlight the good and the kindness in the world.
And it activates you in a positive way, right? Mm-hmm. Practicing being positive towards others keeps you in a positive space. It allows you to attract more positive energy to you as you do the good you're about to do. Mm-hmm. It's funny for me with COVID, I used to enjoy really getting the door for people. Now,
before?
Yeah, I did. I really did. I was a doorman for a while, and I always enjoyed getting the door. It's like one of those few moments where it's not a lot easier, but sometimes you see somebody with like a carrier in their arms with I've had 4 kids, so a carrier in your arms and it's hitting your leg and you are trying to get the baby bag and everything. If the door would open up, that would be awesome.
Right.
And you think about all the automatic doors we have. That's really one of those things where it makes it easier to not have to get the door to turn the knob. So I always enjoyed doing that. But now in COVID, I enjoy staying away from the door. and letting others go. I'm enjoying being the person who is not trying to be kind to the point of spreading the COVID. Right? Like, oh, I still want to get the door.
Right, you have to reassess your kindness strategies.
Yeah, yes. COVID has definitely changed my kindness strategies for sure. Which is, the mask and gloves. Like, I remember when it first happened, I just couldn't imagine myself having gloves on and going places. But now I wear my gloves and my mask. I have a Carrorist mask. I should wear it on the show. No?
I just think from like sound value, I would have to work really hard.
I didn't mean the whole show. I didn't mean I was going to wear it the whole show. I just thought, I could let everybody know how I roll around this planet these days.
Yeah, perhaps.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Maybe next time. Maybe when I'm, talking about my story, you could wear it. Because I don't really have to say much.
Okay,
So
fair enough. I was just going to do it. I mean, I think people hear me clearly when I'm in the grocery store. I think I've learned to speak through the mask.
That is a very good way to talk about kindness, speaking through the mask of some things that are not so lovely on the planet. I like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, some people. So are you going first or me?
I don't know. What do you think?
I want to go first. Only because I took so long. You were right. You were ready. I was not ready. But there's so many kind thoughts and deeds that when I was looking for quotes, I finally landed on someone that I think everyone knows. And if they don't know him, they know stuff. They know something related to this person.
Okay.
They're still alive, which is rare for me.
You said him, so is it a male? I think you did say him.
It's a man.
Okay. Thought I caught
So
that.
I can go now.
Yes, please
All
do.
right. Born in Massachusetts, in Brookline, to a dress manufacturer in June of 1941, this gentleman would end up graduating from high school as the senior class president by 1965. Was it 61? Oh, what's up? What's up, Beans? And by I'm sorry. You know what it is? It's 1959 he would graduate from high school as senior class president, and it's by 65 he would be married and graduating from Harvard Business School with a MBA, right? By the age of 31, he'd become the owner of what would become the largest paper and packaging privately owned company in the United States, still to this day. By 45, he was the president of a television corporation. And at 58, he would follow his heart. I thought you would like that.
I do.
And he even says, to quote him, he broke every one of his financial rules and purchased a business that was a selection made out of love and not out of a desire for any financial success. However, that business is doing extremely well. And here is his quote. I like to pay for the coffee of the other folks behind me in line. It typically costs me a couple bucks. It makes the people feel good. But more importantly, it makes me feel so good. And random acts of kindness change the world one person at a time. The person I chose is Robert Kraft. And some fun facts about Robert Kraft. As of last year, 2019, he received the Genesis Award from the State of Israel for the person that has shown impeccable behavior as a citizen of the Jewish faith.
Okay.
And so that is beautiful. He also teamed up with Jay-Z, the rapper, and Meek Mill to create a Reform Alliance, a foundation to impact criminal justice reform.
Oh, wow,
that
very
was
cool.
2019, right? And then as of 4 days ago, in the COVID, he auctioned off his Super Bowl ring And so far, it is going for sale for $1 million, and it's towards healthcare workers and providing
cool.
with. So his acts of kindness continue and go on, and yeah, Robert Kraft. That's all I'll say about it. I think if you Google the name, you'll find some of the other details that I appreciate. That I also am not saying, because you know that I am a big fan of Mr. Kraft. And actually, when I read the saying, I did not know it was him until I got to the end. So I was overjoyed to see that. And it's just an act of kindness, right? We're talking about conscious acts of kindness. He considered it random, but apparently it's something he does all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a conscious act in my mind that it's something he enjoys. And he kept saying it feels good, which I think is beautiful, right? Because it does feel good to do.
Well, it does. It feels good to do kind acts, and it feels good when it happens to you. You know, it's like a smile. Smile goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So mine is actually a movement.
Okay.
And it's a Wall of Kindness movement, and it originated in Iran.
Wow.
Which I thought was really fascinating.
A Wall of Kindness movement.
Yeah, and it started in 2016. And so and there really is no person. It's an anonymous philanthropist, actually, from the city of Mashhad, which is one of the second largest cities in Iran.
All right.
And it was designed for the needy or for the homeless.
Yeah.
So they built a wall in which, and they put like cloth hangers so people could hang things like winter coats.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. And I just thought that was a really brilliant idea.
So you just hold up.
Yeah.
You build a wall, and then they've got like cubbies and hooks and.
Well, it kind, I mean, it's a movement, so things
The
got
wall
more
keeps
elaborate.
growing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in different cities, it traveled then throughout the whole country, and then different cities, like in Tehran, for example, they they started putting in like refrigerators, and they got real fancy with it, and started painting the walls, and they got elaborate depending on like what the different cities' needs were.
Okay.
For
I love that.
The needy or the homeless, and then even in one city they built bookcases where they had books for children. So I thought that was cool. So it was, and I am grateful that this word heroic popped up because especially in Iran, with different types of movements, they kind of do have to be anonymous.
I see. To have success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I appreciate that. But not only did it travel throughout the country of Iran, but other countries adopted the movement, and now there's one in China, there's one in Italy, Pakistan, I believe. Let's see. Oh, and then Jordan, and also one popped up in California.
Wow. I like it.
So I thought
it's a beautiful idea.
Thought that was really
a wall of kindness.
A wall of kindness.
All right.
So, yeah.
So the question of the day. The question is it true that you don't eat sugar?
It is true. It's very true.
What does that mean?
Okay. So, well, I do eat some sugar, but it's like 10 grams or less a day.
Okay.
And this has been a lifestyle. It's not a diet, but it's a lifestyle. But I began this no sugar eating thing because I wanted to heal my gut health.
Oh, okay.
So
right,
this was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And so I use stevia as a substitute for sugar, which I love. I put it in my tea. I put it in pretty much anything if I want to sweeten it up. But what's really cool is that after doing this for so long, I don't even have any cravings for sugar.
Not really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
so that is a conscious act of kindness. That I
on
do
your
for
part.
myself.
Yeah. When I heard the question, I thought it went, hearing you talk about it, and definitely talking to me at length about, reading labels and how much sugar am I taking in. I thought it was an excellent question for conscious acts of kindness because I've heard you describe it that way, as something that you're consciously being kind to yourself about because you needed to transform your health. So that seemed appropriate, really timely. Is there anything else?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
All right. Well, please be kind to yourself and everyone else.
And keep on carrorizing. Thank you.
Goodbye.